this transaction provides, first, a great opportunity for us to win its championship in 2014 with DeAndre remaining with the team. And second, it provides us with allocation money that is paramount to maintaining a competitive squad going forward. And it provides us with some cash to reinvest in any aspect of our soccer business that we want, whether that is on the youth side that hopefully allows us to develop 2 or 3 or 4 more DeAndre Yedlins, or designated players, or other soccer facilities and infrastructure that will hopefully position us for strength going forward. No earlier than the transfer window at the end of our season in January, but I think I don't want to put words in Spurs' mouth, but I think the intent was that they would like to assess where things are at with their club at that time and potential work permit issues with DeAndre, and assess how he's been doing with us and whether it's the right time to fit him into their squad, or whether they make the decision at that time to let him stay with us for another period of time until the summer window a year from now. We ultimately decided that this was a good decision for us. And by the way, DeAndre clearly wanted this transaction to occur as well, because he certainly has a say in it. And we want to do right by our players in addition to doing right by our club. There was a lot of talk right after the World Cup. There were multiple offers, but ultimately, until it was all signed and signed, sealed, and delivered, was I sure that it was going to happen. If anyone, I would say Chris Henderson. I remember when we signed DeAndre as a homegrown, Chris said, this is awesome. We've gotten a player that would have been one of the top 3 picks in the MLS draft. And I kind of raised an eyebrow at him, because at that point I wasn't, I knew DeAndre would be good, but I didn't know he'd be that good, and I certainly didn't know he'd be this good this fast. When he came into that preseason and really won the spot from Adam Johansson. So I think Chris is probably the one who I'd give a little bit of credit for that, but and ultimately, obviously, all the credit has to go to DeAndre, who has been humble and modest and hardworking and a great teammate and dedicated to improving day in, day out on the field. And obviously there have been a lot of people that have sort of touched his soccer development and development as a human being, and they've all done a masterful job. But ultimately, the kid, DeAndre, is responsible for most of it. Hard pressed to believe that this would not. I'm not sure this would have happened without them visiting, without us spending time with their chairman, Daniel Levy, without the relationship with Tottenham that had developed, quite frankly, the year leading up to that friendly, because our organizations had worked closely together. And DeAndre's representation Lyle Yorks and Chris Megaludis have a good relationship with Tottenham as well. And then finally, obviously with the league having done the deal with Clint, there was that level of experience and trust as well.